You've seen me fail 100 times.
I'm Jordan Thompson. This is my basement, I'm part of Theta Waves, and welcome to my band. These are great friends of mine, and we decided to make music together.
Life's too short to sit and watch.
Theta Waves. I was taking psychology in college, and Theta Waves can only happen. You know, alpha waves in your sleep and REM sleep and stuff, and Theta Waves can only happen if you're schizophrenic, lucid dreaming, or taking psychedelic drugs. I was like, that's such a cool band name, and to see something that your brain can't do by itself, that it needs to be influenced that much. That's how I felt about music. Music can only do something to your body that music can do, and like the eye has to do. My little brother actually, Matthew, he painted and did that art cover. The eye has to stand for like almost that third eye, that trippy state of pure nirvana when there's 1,000 people in a room all experiencing the same love from the same person on stage. So when I'm on stage and I look to my left and my right and I look behind me and I see just a couple kids just trying to get to the same world I am, and we're all experiencing this beautiful moment together, something we all work for, something we all practice for.
I remember my dad showing me like a Hawaii 5-0 video, and I was just like, wow, I want to play drums. And I'm like, Dad, you know, every Christmas, give me a drum set, give me a drum set, give me a drum set. And eventually he's just like, all right, well, here's a snare drum. He's like, get your hands fast, and you know, we'll think about getting a kit. And ended up getting my hands fast and proved him wrong. And I ended up getting my first kit through him when I was like 12 years old.
The musical journey started with my brother, who is younger. He bought a little first stack guitar from Kohl's. It was a piece of shit. It was a terrible instrument. And he was gonna learn guitar. And I thought, oh, I mean, if he can learn guitar, I could learn guitar, right? So I kind of stole it from him and started playing Black Sabbath tunes. You know, my introduction was heavy metal. And then I started paying attention to Cliff Burton in Metallica. I was like, this dude's playing bass. Like, what is that instrument? I want to play that. So I went out, I bought a bass.
I grew up in Cleveland, inner city, so I was very, especially growing up, you know, you never really got to choose what was on the radio. You always listen to whatever your parents or whoever was the oldest driving and at home. So I remember the first time I was able to listen to my own music. My first CD I ever bought was Michael Jackson's Thriller because it was gold. So I was like, oh man, that's shiny. My uncle was really into rock and roll, and we come from a very Spanish background. Most of my family's from Florida, Puerto Rico, so had a very musical family, but no one really knew how to play instruments. So I had a bunch of different flavors getting put in, so I just tried to put them all together at one time.
I've always been really into, even since I was little. Like I remember my parents have pictures of me when I was like 2 with this toy guitar that like I found, and they show them now, like compare pictures of me now to that, and it's pretty funny because I've always really loved music. But when I was for my 11th birthday, parents got me, like Morgan said, like just really like piece of shit instrument. It was like a blue like guitar that looked like a Strat but wasn't even a Strat, and it like every time you plug it into the amp, it like made all these noises, and like it wasn't even really, I don't even know if I'd even call it an instrument. But yeah, that was my first guitar, and then
With strings on it.
so yeah, even that, I still found ways to have fun with it, and I still really enjoyed it and knew that I wanted to keep up with it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, if the glasses and the shirt are a dead giveaway, I grew up on dad rock. I mean, Steely Dan, the Beatles, Eric Clapton. I really owe a lot of my musical taste to my dad. You know, you look at the history of a band like, you know, Slayer or Metallica, and they were, you know, 18, 19-year-old guys, you know, making music in their mom's garages.
Right.
So if they could do it, why couldn't I?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, I grew up with a lot of music in my house, and I always had a really big inspiration from my dad growing up. Basically, my dad was in a band called the Stone Cold Ponies, and the Stone Cold Ponies eventually became the Eagles, and that's one of my dad's like biggest regrets. So my dad was like just showing me bands, like I said, you know, Hawaii 5-0 was one of them, and you know, you just see the guy like going crazy on the toms and stuff, like Animal from the Muppets and stuff like that. I'm like, geez, that like this guy's crazy and he has a lot of energy. I'm like, that's right up my alley.
I enjoy playing every type of music, from like jazz and fusion has been what I've been more into lately. Stuff like Mike Stern or like Joe Pass, or like then I used to be in, like I said, I used to be into classic rock and metal, still play a lot of that. And I'm into a lot of like progressive metal and fusion bands. It's some of my favorite stuff to play, like Animal is Leaders and Sean. and stuff like that. I love how they, like, even without words, they can. It not only does their music sound really cool, but it still can make you feel something, just like many other bands do with like singing and lyrics.
Well,
Yeah.
we were talking at band practice. We were like, "What's our sound?" You know,
None of
we
us knew.
couldn't even come up with it.
Yeah.
We're like, "What are we?" I don't know.
I don't know. You know,
It's
we
like-
don't know, and like that's important for that's important to create an image, create a brand. For
Yeah,
your
building a
band.
brand I think is one thing I've learned through it. Like, I take this class called Music Industry Economics in school, and that's one thing we've been talking about is building a brand, creating a personalized fan base, finding who your audience is, and that's something that can be like future goals is to be more aware of that and build on that more.
It's on our to-do list.
Yeah, but our future plans are just like, I think as individuals right now, we're not sure as Theta Waves together because, like I said, we're still young and still just doing things all the time.
Yeah, we've been talking about re-recording and like recording new music over the summer when I'm back here for longer.
Yeah, for sure. And we love to have fun. We like to do house shows. We like to just like I said, my inspiration was the influence of music and just like being able to give people a good night, get them out of the shitty things that happen all the time, And I think as a band, we want to create better live shows to make a show an experience rather than just another concert, The EP that you can hear now on iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud was recorded with me now in the basement with a friend. We had two mics. So, I mean, we did it. We paid a friend $5 an hour.
Yeah, Nick Davenport.
Nick Davenport. Shout out to Nick Davenport. He's a great musician.
Great musician.
Beautiful human being, kind soul. He's in his own musical project called Suitcase Runaway.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. He totally was just like, hey, I'll do it, man. Like, I'll help you out. So we did it in his basement, and we had a great time. But now that I have these tools, like I have amazing tools now.
Yeah, like I didn't even play on that.
Thanks for calling me that.
Yeah, you fucking tool. I have amazing friends and talented. These guys are crazy talented. So now I can use them and make it better. We can record it ourselves now.
Oh, that's such a deep question. Goodness gracious.
That's
You guys
super
touched
broad.
on it.
question.
Yeah, we did. I felt like we
That's
dipped our
a
toes
long
in there a
one.
few times actually.
This is such a and I won't go on a tangent because I'll go off for like 2 hours.
Same.
but
I think we all could. Yeah.
I'm going to college for music education right now, so music is everything to me, and I think for me, so many people from a young age are dissuaded from making music because they turn on the radio and they hear really great singers, and they think, I'll never be like that. I can't do that. Of course not. You're not going to be the next, Michael Jackson.
You might be.
You might be. You very well might be.
Don't give up.
You're suppressing that talent. And so much about making music is about doing it with other people.
It's a great way to express yourself, great outlet for any type of negative feelings. You can always turn them into an experience. You can write a song. If you have a negative experience, you can turn it into a song, and other people will hear that song, be inspired by it, and maybe it'll even like give them hope to change themselves or help them see things for a new perspective. I know my favorite band, Circa Survive, I actually have a tattoo dedicated to them.
Yeah, you do.
I
I
do
do show the camera that tattoo,
Yeah.
man.
I do too.
He does
Oh,
too.
you guys got matching tattoos.
They got
matching
tattoos.
Like,
Damn.
They're one of the bands that for me has done it. I can think of at least like a few of their songs that I've gone through the exact same situations, and the lyrics, they express exactly how I felt at that very moment.
That's like asking somebody why they breathe. That's just part of life. For me anyway, and for so many others who are so engrossed into music. Music can help somebody through a hard time. It's a celebratory thing. People write music when they're happy. Some people write music when they're sad. Some people might write music about something funny.
You gotta appreciate all genres, and I feel so people are so trying so hard to not be too mainstream or too poppy or too this or that, or I don't like this and that, but it's like what connects people, man. Like no matter what language you speak, even it seems like music will speak to everyone. So I think that universal language really wanted to make me learn a new tongue. So for sure, cool.
I'm Bilski and I play guitar.
I'm Morgan. I play bass.
I'm at Kaulfersch and I play drums.
I'm Jordan Thompson, and I'm rhythm guitarist and frontman for Theta Waves.
And this has been
A
Rendezvous Artist Interview.
I think I got it.
Life's too short to sit and watch it fly by. And I can hear your words, they mean nothing to me anyways. And I can feel your pain from 1,000 miles away.